What is up, guys? Sorry I have not been putting out tutorials lately, but I am putting one out right now, obviously. And this is on a super popular lead. The preview came out for Space Laces Say It Ain't So, and it is just super hype, and everyone's loving on this lead, and all of his leads are great, but I found that this is probably his best one yet. It is just super clean, really cool, and I did a remake, sort of the intro. I just copied off the MIDI, just by ear, and then put some hi-hats and stuff in the back, kind of like the original. But besides that, the lead is what we're actually going to be making, and we're making it in silent. Oh, wrong one. Silent. And let me just let you listen to the original and then my little remake. Okay, so that's the original, and then mine goes like this. Okay, so I just realized I had no effects on that, and that's why it was sounding a little bit dull, but I fixed that, got rid of some of the bass tone or the fundamental pitch, and gave it a little bit more high and some distortion, which is actually a big part of this lead, is what it sounds like. But basically, yeah, so let's just hop right into this. It's basically a silent patch, and it consists of a lot of saws together, but it's really basically just in the pitch and the distortion. So let me see if I can detach this. Yes. Alright. So now I can open up another blank Sylenth. Alright, so once you have Sylenth, you're going to need 8 voices of the saw. And you don't want to turn stereo all the way down, because this is a pretty straightforward lead, sort of in the center. So we don't want any of those coming in, and we want to turn retrigger off. Also, we're going to detune it at, doesn't really matter, just around this area, maybe 2.5, 2.4. As you can tell, that sounds pretty close anyways. Let me just mute all of these. And then also, if you notice, I have a note that is way down at G1, and that is basically how we get that little pitch drop thing. But basically, what it looks to be is that we do not need another part B. Nope. So we just need 8 voices of the saw oscillator, and we should be good for the oscillators. Yeah. And then we're going to use a low pass. This is kind of the cool part of the sound, at least in my opinion. And what he did is, as the note plays, the low pass starts to cut off more and more and more as it goes. So it adds a really cool effect, so that the lead doesn't get it's not too straight and boring. And I think maybe that's the problem with most leads, is that they're usually really boring. But anyways, let's just get to the first cutoff. So we're going to do a cutoff AB just because, and we're going to turn this all the way down, and then leave this all the way down, but turn this, this is basically just after how long you want it to come in. So if you want a really short, then leave it down here, but if you want a really long, leave it up here. But I originally, for this song, I had it right about there, and then sustain is all the way up. You don't need release, you don't need that. And then our envelope 2, we are going to add an LFO1 gain all the way down there, and we're going to turn it up just a tad and bring the attack almost all the way up to right about there. And then for the LFO, we're going to do a pitch AB, and then the rate is going to be just past 5 right there, and then the gain, if not all the way, just barely on. So we should have this. Did I do something wrong? Oh, my B. Cut off here, we're going to take up all the way. So as you can tell, we got most of, actually, that turned off. Alright, there's our LFO. Alright, so now basically what we want to do is, as you can tell, we just kept getting that really low noise, just kind of like kind of noise, so basically we're just going to turn on the mono legato portamento just about there, and turn that on, and click this to the S for whatever the heck that is, slide. Okay, there we go. And basically what I'm doing here, you don't have to do this because obviously I don't think most of us are going to be doing that weird pitch slide, but I did the portamento time envelope, and basically just as it goes to hit this, it basically changes the time so that it's either, I can't remember if I changed it so it's really fast. Yeah. I changed the time so that it's really fast, and if not really fast, then maybe even slower, just a tad. But anyways, then basically what we want to do is we're going to add a distortion. You can pretty much leave the distortion on almost all the way. Draw wet. If you want to take some off, you can, but I'm adding a secondary distortion even after this to get more crispy high end, because it's a really like clean, crispy sound. But then we're going to add the chorus. And I'm getting really confused because this sound is sitting on my other screen and it's like over my video and it's looking weird, like it's part of the screen, and I don't want to click on it because I think it's screen recorded, but whatever. So we add a chorus, and we're going to leave pretty much everything the same except for the depth. We're going to turn on just a tad, and then the feedback is going to be the same, width is the same, but usually when I go in and start editing things, I usually change the width back to the 50%. It's just better that way because we don't want it to be too wide, and we can just take it down some more. But draw wet down just about there, 30%. So then we get, ooh, tell me I wasn't on the different patch. I was just on a completely different patch. That is so newbie. Okay. So distortion, chorus, width down, draw wet down to 30%. And then basically we're going to add it to a mixer track, and we're going to EQ this. Let me see. We're going to cut off the low, and then we're going to take out the fundamental area there just a tad, and then raise up in the 4,000 hertz. Just a tad, and then add a little bit of Camel Crusher. And then a reverb 2, just because that's how it fits. So, original sound that I made. Versus new sound. Just have a little bit less reverb, and maybe this is louder. So if we play them together. same exact sound. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll definitely be putting more out, but if you could please just go to my SoundCloud page and send me a message for your sound requests instead of on the YouTube videos or whatnot. That'd be so much more helpful, so I'm not always getting notifications and everything. But anyways, hope you guys have a good day. Go like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys later.